Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Zulia Dwi Oktafiani and my friends Aviana, Ahmad, Zihdan, and Zulfia. We are from group 7 and in this video we will present the results of our group discussion about the question material. Well, there are 4 points that we will explain. They are first, yes/no questions will be explained by Zulfia. WH questions will be explained by me, Zulia, and then negative questions will be explained by Aviana, and the last one is tag questions will be explained by Zihdan. So, without wasting any time, let's get started.
Okay, I will explain about yes or no question. Question that need either a yes or a no answer. Forms of yes or no question with an auxiliary verb. Auxiliary verb be, do, or have, plus subject and plus main verb. The example: is she working very hard? Does the test okay? Have they eaten yet? Were they traveling together? Did you go to the concert? Had they visited Rome before? And modal verb plus subject plus main verb. The example: could you help me lift this? Should I open the window? Where there is no auxiliary verb be, have or modal verb already present in the statement, use the auxiliary do, does, and did. The example: statement form: you usually walk to work. You like disco music in the 70s? And question form: do you usually walk to work? Did you like disco music in the 70s? When there is more than one auxiliary verb or a modal verb plus auxiliary verbs, we only put the first auxiliary or the modal verb before the subject and the others after the subject. Example: is the phone call being recorded? Should we have been writing this down? Without an auxiliary verb, when we ask yes/no question using the main verb be, we don't use an auxiliary verb. The formula be plus subject plus main verb. The example: is the weather nice in Turkey in the winter? Was she angry when you told her about the accident? When we ask question with the main verb have in the past to refer to possession, we use did, have rather than had. Cut the exam. Did you have your class with you when you left the car? Had you got your class with you when you left the car?
Okay, I will explain the next material, namely WH questions. WH questions used to ask for information. It's like 5W1H in Indonesia, but in English there are 9 WH questions, including what, when, where, why, who, whom, whose, which, and how. Forms of WH question. There are 2 forms of WH question. The first is with an auxiliary verb and the second is without an auxiliary verb. With an auxiliary verb has 2 patterns. The first is using an auxiliary verb such as be, do, or have, and the second is using a modal verb. Using an auxiliary verb means that in the question there is an auxiliary verb in form of be, is are for present tense, were for past tense, do does for present tense, and did for past tense, have has for present tense, and had for past tense. The pattern is WH question plus an auxiliary verb plus subject plus main verb plus question mark. Example: when are you leaving? When is a WH question, are is auxiliary verb, you as a subject, leaving as a main verb, and question mark. Okay, next is using a modal verb. Basically, the main function of modal verb is to explain the need or possibility. On the many modal verbs that you can learn, there are some modals that are most commonly found in English. For example, can, could, will, would, shall, should, may, might, and must. The pattern is WH question plus a modal verb plus subject plus main verb plus question mark. Example, who would she stay with? Who is a WH question, would is a modal verb, she as a subject, stay with as a main verb, and question mark. The next form is without an auxiliary verb. What, who, which, and whose can either be the object or the subject of the questions. When this is the case, we do not use an auxiliary verb. So the pattern is WH question plus main verb plus question mark. Example, who owns this bag? What fell off the wall? These two questions has no auxiliary verb because who from first question becomes the subject and what from second question becomes the object. Then I will explain the use of WH questions one by one, starting with what. First, what is used as the subject of a question and it refers to things. Example, what made you angry? The answer, his rudeness. His rudeness is a subject that refers to thing. Next, what is used as an object? Example, what do you need? The answer will be object like I need a pencil, I need a book. Next, what kind of asks about the particular variety or type of something. Example, what kind of soup is that? The answer, it's bean soup. Next, what plus a form of do is used to ask questions about activities. Example, what is Mary doing? The answer will be action or activities like she is reading a book, she is sleeping. Next, what may accompany noun? Example, what color is his hair? In this question, what accompany with noun, namely color? There are so many nouns that can accompany with what, like time, countries, and many more. Next, what plus be like asks for a general description of qualities. Example, what is the weather like? The answer will be qualities like it's hot or it's rainy. Other example, what is she like? The answer, she is kind and friendly. And the last one, what plus look like asks for a physical description. Example, what does her house look like? The answer will be physical description like it's big. Another example, what is she look like? The answer, she is tall and beautiful. The next WH question is when. When is used to ask questions about time. Example, when will you come? The answer is next Monday or yesterday, so it's a time. Next, where. Where is used to ask questions about place. Example, where is she? The answer will be place like at home or at school. And then we have why. Why is used to ask questions about reason. Example, why did he leave early? The answer is because he ill. The next is who. Who is used as the subject of a question and it refers to people. Example, who came to visit you? The answer will be the name of people or personal pronouns. Next, who is usually followed by a singular verb even if the speaker is asking about more than one person. Example, who wants to come with me? In this question, he or she asking for more than one person, but it's don't need to change to plural verb because who is usually followed by a singular verb. Next is whom. Whom is used as the object of a verb or preposition. Example, whom are you visiting? The answer, my relatives. Whom has similar use with who, but in everyday English spoken, whom is rarely used. Whom is used only in the formal questions. Example, to whom should I talk? And then we have whose. Whose asks questions about possession or kepemilikan. Example, whose book did you borrow? The answer will be it's David's or it's mine. And then we have which. which is used instead of what when a question concerns choosing from definite known quantity or group. Example, which pen do you want? And like what, which can accompany with noun, but there is little difference in meaning. Example, which countries did he visit? Yang artinya, negara mana saja yang sudah pernah kamu kunjungi? And what countries did he visit? Negara-negara apa yang sudah pernah kamu kunjungi? So it's little different. And the last one we have how. How generally asks about manner. Example, how does he drive? The answer, he drives carefully. And how is used with much and many. Example, how many people came? How much money does it cost? And how is also used with adjectives and adverbs. Example, how old are you? How long? How far? How often? And many more.
Hello, my name is Aviana. I would like to explain about negative question. Negative question is a question that uses a negative statement, usually using negative participle not words in its sentence. The general question, are you going to work? The answer is no. But negative question, aren't you going to work? The answer is no. There are some meanings and some answer in this sentence, but that formula is different. Types of negative question. Negative question can be contracted or uncontracted. The formula of contracted is auxiliary verb plus negative participle not and subject. The example, don't you live with 5 friends? Didn't they say no one lived here? Aren't you supposed to be in school? Which the formula of uncontracted is auxiliary verb plus subject plus negative participle not. The example, do you not trust me now? Do you not recognize your own best friend? Are they not phenomenal? Was she not in her room? Notice the negative not in the uncontracted negative question. We put the not after the adjective, not after the auxiliary verb. In Indonesia, like which contracted, tidakkah bla bla bla, or bukankah bla bla bla. Meanwhile, uncontracted is apakah kamu tidak bla bla bla? So the point is same. Do you not recognize your own best friend? This position of negative not looks strange, but it is precisely this position that makes sounding of such a question official. Negative question in requests, suggestion, and comments. We often use negative question in polite requests and suggestions, such as wouldn't you blah blah blah? Why don't you blah blah blah? Won't you blah blah blah? The examples, wouldn't you love to do that show? Why don't you take him shopping? Why don't you please see him? We can use such sentence not only when we want to say something positive. We use such sentence to express dissatisfaction or annoyance. Wouldn't you stop mourning? Why don't you finish your homework first? Why don't you shut up? Negative question with expectation. It means that we ask something and we have expectation answer of question itself. I leave my baked bread on the table. After returning from the restroom, my baked bread plate is empty and replaced with his phone beside on the table. I asked Rio, where is my bread? It was there. Rio, didn't you know where my bread is? Do you eat it? I believe that Rio ate my bread. Expected answer is yes. Another one. I called my mother to help me find my phone. I put my phone on the bed. However, suddenly I lost my phone after I took my book. I was looking for the whole room, but I don't find it. My mother says, where are your eyes? Don't you see it on your hand? I believe that my phone suddenly lost. Expected answer is no.
Hello, my name is Ahmad dan Hanif. I will present my presentation. This is the question. Okay. Definition of the question is a short question at to the end of a statement to ask for information or seek approval. And this is a simple formula. The question text. The And positive statement text question, this is a affirmative statement plus the negative text and questions. As the conversely, the negative statement text question is a formula is a negative statement plus a affirmative. And next, this is a several formula question text. The first is when declarative sentence use the linking verb be, is, am, are, was, were. Question also use be. And next, if the declarative sentence use a primary auxiliary verbs be, to, have, or modal auxiliary verbs will, would, might, make, can, could, shall, should, then the question uses the first auxiliary verb if there is more than one. And the next, if the question sentence use main verb other than the linking verb be and is not accompanied by an auxiliary verb, then do does did and will be used in making question text. If the sentence is in form of a prohibition or order, then the question begins with will you. And the next, if the question sentence use a non-specific subject such as nobody, everybody, no one, and everyone, that you must include they in the question text. If the initial sentence is negative, the question text must be positive. Conversely, if the initial sentence is positive, that the question text must be positive. Same that simple formula. Okay, next. This is example of the text questions. And the first positive sentence, the same the formula. That formula is the sentence positive, and this is negative text questions. Okay, and next you work in a pair. This is affirmative, and this is a negative text questions. Yes, and next negative sentence. Firstly, the positive. The first is negative, and the question text is affirmative. Okay, you didn't break her leg, did you? And the next, she isn't coming, is she? This is negative, and the question is positive. And next, comments or prohibition. The formula is use a will you. This like that. Don't make upset. Will you? And just finish your homework. Will you? Okay. And next sentence with auxiliary verbs. They've done their acts before they go, haven't they? Same like the formula. This is use a be or auxiliary verb. Yes, like that. They weren't here, were they? Okay. And next sentence with hot auxiliary verbs. The formula is a sentence with auxiliary verb. So use do, does, didn't. You do, does, did. And the example is I said that, and I said that, didn't I? And the sentence without auxiliary verb. So the text question use did. like the formula, no, if the sentence without auxiliary verb, and give the do does did. And next, you don't remember me, do you? And next sentence with modal verbs. With modal verb, this is with modal verb is will, could, can, have. Okay. And the example is she will come back soon, won't she? And Jack can drive a car. Can he? The modal verb in the modal verb used in tag question. Sentence with an unspecific subject. The formula sentence with unspecific subject use a they. Like that. The example is everybody looks happy in this picture, don't they? And somebody broke the quitter to my studio last week, didn't they? And the next invitation sentence. Invitation sentence. Same the formula. The example is let's watch a movie, shall we? And let's go to the mall nearby, shall we?
That's all from our group presentation. We apologize if there are mistakes, and hopefully this video can help you to improve your knowledge about the questions material. Thank you for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.